All right. First and foremost, want to give all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone. Peace I teach to you brothers doing this work, sincerity and truth, the hopeful elect. The brothers waiting, praying, waiting every day for Yahweh Shem Shai to return so we can get out this place. Peace I teach to you, man. So just want to get into a lesson about being bold. Basically it's the same thing as being confident, but being in boldness in this truth. Because the boldness is speaking the name of the Lord, and confidence of having expecting what to be said is done because you believe in Yahweh Shema Shai. You don't waver, you don't move, you're not movable with it. You know what I mean? You're steady, you're stern, you're anchored in it. Right? So let's get to the scriptures. Try to bring out the points. This is Acts 4:29. It says, and now the Lord behold, and now Lord, behold, they're threatening and grant unto thy servants that with all boldness they may speak thy word. So it was a question. It says, it said they might speak thy word by stretching forth thy hand to heal, and that signs and wonders may be done by the name of the holy child, by the holy child Yahweh Shai. Right. So holy means saint, okay. So basically son. It said Yahweh Shai, right? It says verse 31. It says, and then when they had prayed, the place was shaken where they were assembled together, and they were all filled with the Holy Spirit, and they spake the word of the Most High with boldness, right? You got to speak the name of the Yahweh Shema Shai boldness. And that's when the Spirit came around at that time. He said it was a shaking. And he said they all assembled together. Let's continue. It says, and the multitude of them that believed were of one heart and of one soul. Neither said they of them that aught of the thing which possessed was his own, but they had all things in common. So they didn't say it was of themselves. They said we all got the same thing, but that's what we all have belief. And that's what the men of the Lord would be doing. In boldness, believing this, that the minds, the things that we all had the same mind in this thing. You may have brothers that have differs, but we still believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. Let's read 33. It says, and with great power gave the apostles witness of the resurrection of the Lord Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shema Shai, and great grace was upon them all. And that was a great grace because, look, being confident in his Lord and keeping the faith of it. In the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. And it was shaking. It was things were happening in the time we wanted to. So, look, being strong and steadfast and continue in your earnest due diligence in his word and work and not wavering, man, will keep you strengthened in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. He want to see that faith. The strength of it, the strength of your spirit, man, is what he gives, but he gives it to you liberally, man. So we got to be strong and steadfast in his work, believing in Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, and he was this is Acts 9:28. It says, and he was with them coming in and going out at Jerusalem. Shalaki. Let's go to verse 27. It says, but Barnabas took him and besought him, the apostles, and declared unto him, and had seen the Lord in the way, and they had spoken to him, and how he had preached boldly at Damascus in the name of Yahweh Shai. So this is the thing. He says he spoke boldly in the name of Yahweh Shai, man. That's what we got to speak. When we out there in the highways and byways, we speaking in the name of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shema Shai, boldly, not wavering, right? Verse 29. It says, and he spake boldly in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai and disputed against the Grecians, but they were about to slay him. Yeah, Hellenistas. That was just Israelites nigga lights, you know. So they said they was about to slay him. So he spoke boldly, regardless of what's out there. We out here in front of these niggas every day, speaking, every weekend, week out, speaking in the name of Yahweh Shimi Shai about the name of Yahweh Shimi Shai and what he's coming to do and what we believe. So, hey, we got to stay strong and steadfast in this thing, because these devils don't care. These niggas don't care. They basically just like these devils, you know. This is, let's go to Acts 13. Excuse the noise, it's going to go away. This is Acts 13 and 46. It says, and then Paul and Barnabas waxed bold and said it was necessary that the word should first be spoken to you, but seeing you put it from you and judge yourselves unworthy of the everlasting life. It said, lo, we turn to the Gentiles, right? So they turned to the Gentiles because what? The circumcision didn't want the ones who's supposed to be part of the thing didn't want to hear it. Let's go to verse 45. It says, but when the Jews saw the multitude, they filled them. But when the Jews saw the multitude, they were filled with envy and spake against those things which were spoken by Paul, contradicting the blasphemy. So that's what it was. The Jews who didn't want to hear it. So they still spoke boldly. Say, we try to give you name and understanding and belief. No, it was necessary because, let me read the verse 46 again. It says, then Paul and Barnabas waxed bold. They're like, shit. It says, and said it was necessary that the word of the Most High should first have been spoken to you, but seeing ye put it from you and judge yourselves unworthy of everlasting life, lo, we turn to the Gentiles, because they rejected it. They rejected Yahweh Shemi Shai. This is Acts 14 and 3. Acts 14 and 3. Let's go to 1. It says, and it came to pass in Iconium that they went both together into the synagogue of the Jews, and so spake that a great multitude both of the Jews and also of the Greeks believed. Right? It's the Hellen. Hellen is Greek-speaking Jews, right? It says, but the unbelieving Jews stirred up the Gentiles and made their minds evil effect against the brethren. It says, a long time therefore abode they, speaking boldly in the Lord, which gave testimony unto the word of his grace, and granted signs and wonders to be done by their hands. Right. So they were just giving they spoke boldly. It's we got to be men of the Lord. We're going to speak boldly and confident in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Shai, to the world. And in this case, hey, the niggas, that's what you got on the highways and byways. You got guys that's even in Israel, knowing they're Israelites, but don't want to believe in that Yahweh Shai, didn't come to save all people. You got Israelites that still believe that know they're Israelites. That the virgin birth is real. So they're speaking boldly in the things that Yahweh Shai did to him, that he had done. That's what the scripture said. This is Acts 18. Acts 18 to 26. Acts 18 to 26, and they say, and we began to speak boldly in the synagogues, whom when Aquila and Priscilla had heard, they took him unto them and expounded unto him the way of the Most High more perfectly. It says expounded. It says to place or to set out or to outside, expose, to set up, exhibit, to set forth, to declare it, even more. It said the way of the Yahweh Shemi Shai. So they just basically edified them more. So this is Acts 19 and 8. Acts 19 and 8, it says, and he went into the synagogue and spake boldly. So this is what we got. We speaking boldly in the face of them such that have afflicted us, man. You know, for a space of 3 months in disputing and pursuing the things concerning the kingdom of the Most High. So, hey, the things that we got to do, no matter what they do, whether they're here for bail, we're going to have to continue with speaking boldly. You know, yeah, we ain't got to be vulgar. We could just say the word like Paul said, though I be rude in speech. But not maybe he be, you know, he don't have to be talking about some things that don't pertain to the work. He might just say what's on his mind and say, let it be known. But still, it's the words coming out, and it's going to be concise and precise when we speak it. You know, me and the Great Millstone, hey, we out here to do work and do it well. We might not have the greatest eloquent speech, but shit, if the point get out there, and you see a lot of people get cut, you know. Let's read verse 9. It says, but when the divers were hardened and believed not, but the evil of that way before the multitude had departed from them, and separated the disciples, disputing daily in the schools of one Tyrannus. So, you know, it's always going to be unbelieving Israelites, and they're going to always try to debunk it even till Yahushua come. You know, but the Most High is not dealing with them, man. So we got to thank the Yahweh Shema Shai, and that's why we got to be more fervent and bold in this work. This is verse this is Acts 28 and 31. Acts 28 and 31. It says let's go up here. This is verse 30. It says, and Paul dwelt 2 whole years in his own higher house, and received all that came in unto him, preaching the kingdom of the Most High, and teaching those things which concern the Lord Yahushua, with all confidence, and no man forbidding him. So he said he was in jail in his own home, locked up, and still was preaching the name of the Lord, doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, doing the things saying the things Yahushua was saying, you know. And he got crucified for, still doing it, you know. No, that shows strength of belief and of the true believers, man. No, true believers are gonna be bold in this, man. Yahweh Shema Shai. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 3 and 12. 2 Corinthians 3 and 12. Seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech. Right. There ain't nobody not going to be a big orator and say some of the big words and things like that. I'm going to say straight to the point and be plain with it. You know, we got hope in this thing. So that's how you got to be when you speaking to people, the common folk. You know, you got to speak eloquently to these men, man. You know, you got to speak. You got to not eloquent. You got to speak in their language. You know what they know, how to speak it. You know, that's how we kind of got a dual thing going on. You know, some of us brothers know how to speak that way. Some of us brothers don't. Some brothers know how to speak both ways. But you got to speak to the masses who understand, and that's what the men, the people that's out here that don't get the just cause, but always beating down the ones that want to believe, and we got to speak plain and clearly to them. You know, and we ain't got to be beating them down with words that don't really make sense. You know, vulgar shit. But sometimes you got to go there. You know, right? It said, plainness, boldness of speech. It says the freedom in speaking and reservedness in speech, openly, frankly, speaking frankly to him without concealment, without ambiguity, you know, or circumlocution, without a use of figure or comparison, free and fearless confidence. Yep, always being confident, cheerful, courage, boldness, assurance, deportment, by which one become concupiscence or secure publicity. Basically, frankness, blunt. Just right here it says the derivative of all outspokenness. That is frankness, bluntness, straight up. Bold assurance, confidence freely, plainly. All right? All right. This is Ephesians 6:19. Ephesians 6:19. It says, and for me, that utterance may be open unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mysteries of the Most High, or the mysteries of the gospel. So we made the open boldly to speak of the gospel. Verse 20, for which I am an ambassador in bonds. Yeah, we are in bonds, we're prisoners of hope, that therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak, but that ye also may know that my affairs and how I do Tychicus and beloved brothers and faithful ministers in the Lord shall make known to you all things. So we got to speak boldly and understand that, the confidence that we have, and that Yahweh Bashim Ashah is coming to save us, and the confidence that we believe, the confidence of that this devil's gonna go down, the confidence that, hey, if we gotta die, we gotta die, but we still gotta get this word out, So we're gonna continue to speak confident and boldly and strong and steadfast. This is Hebrews 10:35. It says, cast not away therefore your confidence, which have great recompense of reward. So it's a payback of reward. Don't cast away your confidence ever, man. Be real confident in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah. Be not afraid. Don't be afraid of the devil, but really understand that the time is short. And be really mindful of what you're saying, what you're saying, because there's ways you can say things without doing some wicked shit, without saying some wicked stuff in the process. But still, be straight up when you're speaking. You got to be bold, stand steadfast, stay strong, So this is John 1. This 1 John 5:14. And this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he heareth us. So that's plain. So we ask in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah confidently. Yahweh Shema Shah is going to give us what we want. If you want to be more fervent in the spirit, hey, you better pray to Yahweh Shema Shah. Put the spirit on you. You want to do more work, tell you how about Shema Shah, you put it on you, the spirit on you. If you want to if you want to have do a little more work, you need a little more money, pray to you how about Shema Shah, and confident and boldly and proclaim in the name of Yahweh Shema Shah. In it. This is first that's like it. Let's say Philippians 1:20. Philippians 1:20. It says, according to my earnest expectation and my hope, that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness as always, so now also Yahweh shall be magnified in my body, whether it be in life or by death. Because we can't worry about these days, man. We can't worry about these times. We just got to worry about what Yahweh Shema Shah is going to do, and we got to stay honorably steadfast and strong. Because, hey, the days is going to be soon where we going to have to either do it or get out. Get in and get out. So, the Most High is going to spew you out if you lukewarm, man. Right. This is 2 Ezra 2:47. It says, so he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, Yahweh Shema Shah, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. So, you got, in that time, that's the reward. And we're gonna have to realize that men of the Lord gonna have to stand strong and steadfast for this place, for this work and His will. So with that, I'm gonna all praise to Yahweh Shema Shah by Shema Kakadash, the bottom to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. Peace, salutation, you brothers doing this work, kind and shalom.